What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another Fandom Flakies video. If you're wondering where Fandom Flakies has been, there's been a bit of a hiatus, but they are back and awesomer than ever. So if you're new to the channel, if you're new to Fandom Flakies, Trish, what the heck is that? Fandom Flakies is a monthly collab box featuring the two main parts of Fandom Flakies, being Sarah of Bee's Knees Lacquer and Lindsay of Night Owl Lacquer. They come together and they have one guest maker come in. So each month we'll have 3 full-size polishes, and then we have Ribbits and Stickets, who gives us extra goodies. I'll have more information on how to purchase and how all of this works during the recap of the video, but for this month, for the first return in 2024, we have the theme Labyrinth, and we have our guest maker, Lynn B Designs. So I'm super psyched to show you guys all of this. I'm gonna do my usual, we're swatch the polishes, and then we're gonna do the Will It Topper segment to see if they can topper and if they're versatile. And then I'll do some nail art featuring the Waterslide decals, and then we're gonna blind sniff the goodies, the extra goodies that Ribbits and Stickets sent over for me to sniff for all of you. So without further ado, let's dive right in. And Bee's Knees Lacquer brings us That's Not Fair, described as a grass green base with orange to gold to green iridescent flakes and a scattering of silver flakes. So this is jelly goodness. Of course, we need all this flaky goodness to pop really well on the nail. I'm going to suggest going up to 3 coats on this one for full opacity. Now, I did have excellent coverage on that second coat, but I thought the third coat helped to deepen out that true grass green. This is such a pretty shade. I feel like I always overlook greens, grass greens and Cali greens, and then until I'm actually having one on my nails, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really pretty color. This does have a touch of thirstiness from all the flaky filled goodness here, so I would suggest a plumping glossy top coat. And here is Night Owl Lacquer. This is As the World Falls Down, described as a blackened blue jelly base with silver hollow micro flakies and bright blue and silver metallic flakes. I so love when Lindsay does finishes like this. This is giving me Essie Starry Night vibes. It's truly lovely, and it just looks like a night sky across your nail. This is one of my favorite types of blues too. But anyways, I'm going to try not to be super biased. As the World Falls Down also has a jelly formula, a true jelly formula similar to the BKL. I'm going to suggest 3 coats on this. Now, I went in very, very thin on each of my layers, and that's just because I wanted the most starry looking flaky payoff possible. I did finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat, as this will leave you a bit on the thirsty side because of, again, all the flakes. It's almost like this isn't a flaky box. Lynn B brings us It's Only Forever. This is described as a deep plum to clear thermal with shifting flakes, a smattering of black flakies and hollow flakies. This is delicate, it's pretty, it's got this really soft sort of vibe to it. And again, I'll suggest 3 coats on it. It's funny because clear thermals like this always trip me up when I'm swatching. I'm just like, okay, is that opaque? Is it enough? But I'm pretty warm when I'm swatching underneath my lights, so it kind of threw me off. The formula is very forgiving with that said, because I was just going super ham. Halfway through, I didn't realize it was a thermal, and I'm a mess. So 3 coats and you're good to go. I would also suggest a glitter smoothing top coat with this, as it did leave me quite thirsty. I mean, that's just the nature of flakes. When you smooth it out, it gives you this lovely glass looking effect with a fantastic reaction to hot and cold temperatures. Now, real quick, before we get to the Ribbits and Stickets extras, we're going to do the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes can be used as toppers. Okay, so we have 3 jellies, true jellies in this box. I think they all pass the test with flying colors. Even the BKO and the Night Owl, given that they have a pretty heavily tinted base color, I had no issues with it popping, I should say, ridiculously over that black swatch stick. Lynn B, I decided to use a white undie with it just so we can see the transitional colors. So I think this is going to work over really pretty much anything. I wouldn't suggest it over black though, because you're not going to see the cool state. Now, going into the extras for this box, you can add these onto your box. This is the Ribbits and Stickets Waterslide decals. If you're new around here, I'm going to do a nail art tutorial. Every month I'll do one themed off of the month's box. Now, how you use Waterslide decals, and this is going to be real quick, is you need to stare at the decals for a minimum of 6 minutes. And you're going to really contemplate your life choices and decide which image you're going to use on your nails. Cut out the image you want to use and soak it in water. I usually do 15 to 20 seconds. This is cold water because I was doing the Lin B thermal. Temperature does not matter. And the way you make Waterslide decals pop over darker colors is one of two ways. The first one is you can do some sort of gradient or whatever where you are sponging on some type of lighter color. White is the best. It makes the colors on the little printed sheets work the best. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I used a cheapy makeup sponge. I've had this makeup sponge bag I got from the dollar store like years ago, and I'm on the last 3 sponges. It's really sad. Now, the next way you can make Waterslide decals pop over dark colors is to use a clear jelly stamper. And you'll do the same process, once again, rinse and repeat. This time you're going to put it onto your stamper and you'll want to gently pat it off. I'm using a little bit of a cotton ball that's been shredded off to this tiny little size, and I'm just soaking up any excess water. Now I'm going to go in. You can use a dotting tool. You can use a fine nail art brush. Sometimes I even get a little lazy and I just use the brush from the actual polish. Carefully add in the white to the image, and it's going to make it pop ridiculously well over any color, including black. And at that point, the white just dried up on my stamper, so I just moved up the excess off of the little pad there, and then you just put it on the nail. Now, I didn't wait for that white to dry down at all. It was a little bit tacky, which is what you want. You want it to be able to adhere well to your nail without picking up what your base polish is, if that makes sense. I go in with just the slightest bit of acetone and a cleanup brush to clean up the edges to the image there. Now I'm going to finish with a glossy top coat, and this is my favorite part of the process. It's so satisfying to see everything get smoothed out. I already had a top coat on after swatching the Night Owl. I didn't feel a need to use a glitter smoother. Sometimes you do want to use a glitter smoother just in case. Sometimes the Waterslide decals are just a little bit uneven from the base polish itself, so you can just smooth it out that way too. So this month's pre-order is going to go up at February 9th at noon Eastern time, and it's going to run until February 20th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. The box includes the 3 full-size polishes for $33 plus shipping, and if you wanted to add any of the Ribbits and Stickets extras, you're able to do that absolutely. So there is a subscription to the box, or rather in the past there has been, but I do want to really highlight that there are going to be some changes to the Fandom Flakies box after February's box. So if you've had a subscription, please note that if you want February's box, you are going to have to purchase that one manually. Your subscription will not work for that. Once the changes have been announced and all that good stuff for next month, then you'll be able to sign back up for your subscription service. So please note that if you have had the subscription for the past. The box is $33 plus shipping for all 3 full-sized polishes in the box. And again, you can always add on any of the additional Ribbits and Stickets goodies. Now this month we have extras for Ribbits and Stickets. All of you just saw my tutorial for the Waterslide decals. Really easy way to do nail art on your nails, and it's pretty forgiving as long as you're gentle with those Waterslide decals. This month we have hand and cuticle cream, we have acetone additive, we have the Waterslide decals, we have a car freshener, and we have perfume oil. So in addition to this is going to make all kinds of plastic noises on the microphone. I am so sorry. We have the, let me get it out so it's not making all this noise while I talk. We have this is so bright, I'm going to have to adjust this, but we have the car scent diffuser thingy here. I'm going to shrink my face down and you guys can see like hardcore up close and personal what exactly this is. But for the sake of my face right now, this is what it looks like. So I went ahead and interrupted this chick right here just so I can show you guys. Whenever I went in and I was reading the instructions here, I decided, okay, it is much better to show you all a demonstration for how exactly these things work because it is very clever. So this is scented in the same scent as the Cuticle and Acetone additive for this month. This is what it looks like. It comes with this really cute, this is a glass bottle with, I think it's almost like a reed-like material. It's wood, a really fine wood. Anyways, so what you do is you're gonna unscrew the cap and there is a little plastic stopper here. I tried to do it with my thumbnails and I'm growing out all this damage from my eczema, and I had to remind myself nails are not tools. So I went and just got my little cuticle pusher here, the shovel part, to kind of shove it out. So this is I guess a PSA in addition to a tutorial. Now, once you free your bottle of its plastic bonds, you will then screw the wooden cap back onto it. The whole purpose of this is to act like a diffuser. So per the instructions, you screw it on real tight, and then you're gonna flip it upside down for 3 seconds. So I counted right there. This is a little sped up, but I counted to 3 Mississippis to be most precise. And you can kind of see here on the cap, it's kind of seeping into that wood. At this point, you're good. You don't need to flip it over anymore until it needs a refill. And the little string part you hang in your car. It's also in the same scent as the Cuticle Cream. The Cuticle Cream is in the scent, it's circular. Come inside, meet the misses. No, LO, come inside, meet the misses. Did I say that right? Did I do my UK accent right? This is the Cuticle Cream. It's awesome. Every single month, the last several years, I've raved that I have done the Fandom Flakies box. I've always raved about Ribbits and Stick. It's Cuticle Cream. It's fantastic. It smells great. And it's got a very light type of formula to it. So this month's, I'm going to read the official description in a second. I'm going to continue with the blind sniffing. So it smells very clean. It's like super clean. It's very spa-like. Spa and clean is what I'm going to get. Almost with a touch of fresh linens. It's fresh linens and tea is what I'm getting, like a bergamot sort of flavor. Flavor? Scent. Don't eat the lotion. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting fresh linens with bergamot at the top. And, ooh, that's good. Woo. If you like tea smells and clean smells with a touch of linen, that's what I'm getting to it. So let's read the official description. If you tuned in to my previous Fandom Flakies boxes, I started blind sniffing, I think last year. And it was really funny because I always got it wrong. I was like, it smells like, I don't know. I said something like, I don't know, taffy or something. And then it was like, no, it's Skittles, dum-dum. So we're going to see if I'm right this month. Let's see. The scent description is white tea and garden sage with a hint of African violets, bergamot, lemon zest, mint, wildflowers, white grapefruit, and sugarcane with a base of frankincense, fir, cedar, basil, rosemary, and vetiver. Look at that. I kind of got it right, sort of. I will say the scents to Ribbits and Stickets hand and Cuticle Cream is, my hands are so freaking dry right now, so I'm going to use it right now. But the scent is not that obnoxious. There's a lot of people who are very sensitive to smells, so I'm just going to kind of lean back for a second. And like right here, I don't know, this is like the worst type of measurement scale for scent that you guys can see, but I can smell it. Like my hands are in front of my face and I can smell it. It's not sickeningly overpowering, but you're definitely going to smell like it, almost like you kind of spritz yourself a little bit. And my hands are pretty much in front of me. They're about six inches in front of me. We're doing math here. It's not super strong, but it is very noticeable. Okay, so that was a lot of information. Just remember, if you have a subscription from before, you do need to manually purchase the box this month. Regardless, purchasing the box, if you want the extras from Ribbits and Stickets, you will need to add those on. You can customize your box however you want. The box itself is the 3 full-size polishes for $33 plus shipping. I'm going to have all this broken down in the description box below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.